Welcome to the latest episode of Building the Buck Factory. We're out here today. We've met with some government officials about some EQIP programs.
So Natural Resource Soil Conservation Office, Fish and Wildlife, and we had Philip from Superior Whitetail Habitats as well. Basically going over what our plan is in the future and how we can get some government funding to help make that plan happen.
Yep. And that funding is available for everybody.
Yeah.
You just got to go in and apply for it.
Yep.
You know.
Philip is a great resource because that's what he done his entire career at Fish and Wildlife. So we're just lucky to have him. And he was able to put together a whole management plan, which we've talked about on past episodes. And so now we're really getting down to making that plan, applying for the money, bringing them out here and showing them each thing that we want to do.
All of this pretty purple outline are pines, okay, that need to not be pines anymore. I'm most excited about the patch clear cutting. I love that early successional habitat. On one end of the farm, we've got that end of the farm is a monoculture.
It's all timber.
It's all timber, and we need some diversity in that early successional habitat from those clear cuts. That patch clear cut is going to create part of that environment that we need.
And those are pretty good sized blocks. I think they range from about 4 acres up to 9 or 10 acres. 21 acres, yeah. So that's going to really make a change on that end of the farm. And even so far, the hunting this year, everyone has experienced on the north end of the farm, there's a lot more deer, or more deer sightings even than on the south end of the farm. So,
and those blocks of timber we're talking about are pines.
Yep. Have
low quality when it comes to whitetails, and sycamore trees. Again, it's a desert to a deer. Right?
Yeah, they've come full canopy. There's nothing growing in the understory, nothing that is beneficial to the deer. It doesn't offer any real cover anymore. There's no food in there. So removing that's going to allow sunlight in, and now we're going to get this flush of growth. There's going to be immediate cover and food in there.
That's right.
It's just going to change, and you've got new edge created around that. I mean, it's going to just change the whole feel of that south end of the property.
Can you imagine trying to levee this up and you see in the creek system all the sand and the rock, and the soil will not hold water.
Sitting in that blind, and you'll look over here to your right, and all of a sudden the daggum buck will just pop up out of this creek, and you didn't know they were there.
I don't want it like that. I saw one the other day. The toilet sitting right in the middle. The toilet sitting in the middle of the blind. They had a recliner.
Yeah.
Like there's a recliner and a sofa and a toilet sitting there. I'm like, they're gonna take a poop there. I'm not pooping on that.
Hey, with all your jack legs sitting in there.
Hey guys, keep an eye on the deer. I got a So we're clear cutting a bunch of the pines. We're going to clear cut a bunch of the sycamore, and just simply what comes back will be much more valuable for your wildlife on this farm, especially when it comes to deer. Once we patch clear cut some of these areas, we may try to manage with prescribed fire over time to keep those areas from coming back into just sycamores or coming back into just pine. We want to promote the oak regeneration, especially white oak.
What about you? What are you most excited about?
Well, this is the buck factory, but I'm most excited about building a duck factory on that north end in that wetland area. I've never got to do this, but I've always wanted to hunt ducks in an area that you control the water. You're able to drain that out, go in and plant some food for the ducks, flood that, and then hopefully have a great time. And right here on the banks of the Cumberland River,
I'm telling
we
you,
ought to be able to have some ducks.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
You got that Clay Lick Creek right there and the Cumberland, and it should hold ducks.
I don't see any sign of. So we've decided that we are only killing this season. We're only killing older, mature deer with inferior genetics. And this is one of the deer that was on our no-shoot list. I mean, he's wide, he's got nice main beam length. He's a 10-pointer, was a 10-pointer until he busted that one off. But this is the kind of deer, I mean, I'm not convinced this deer's not 2. He might be 3. But Justin actually passed this deer back during rifle season. Got video of him, and here we find him. I don't know what happened to him, but he's dead, laying right along the creeks, right along the banks of the river here. Saw him from the road driving in today, and weather's been kind of warm, and he's just now hair starting to slip. You can see predators, scavengers been working on. I think a cat, because all this stuff was piled up on him when we first found him. But not the way you want to see a deer like this go. We wanted this deer to live another couple of years, and one of us be able to take him as a much larger, much more mature deer. Don't know if he was poached or died of natural causes. He was obviously a fighter. Sad way to see him go, but that's Mother Nature for you. Man, it's got me pumped up, man. It's the first time I've been here actually since we bought the farm.
Yep.
I've been busy all fall, so much has happened. The road's up to the lodge. They're actually boring in our electric right now, so it's going to be, so much stuff is happening, and it's going to change so much over the next few years.
Yeah.
Can't help but be optimistic about the future here.
And one of the cool things is what EQIP, if we get funded, and what's going to help, it's going to expedite.
That's right.
Our timeline.
Yeah.
Because the market share, the cost sharing that they work on will allow us to have funds to make things happen quicker. So instead of taking 5 to 10 years to develop the property, we might get it developed in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. Man, I get goosebumps thinking about it. Can't wait. A lot of really cool stuff happening here at the Buck Factory in real time, right here on Whitetail Agents YouTube channel. So check us out, like, subscribe, follow along to building the Buck Factory.
You don't want to miss an episode. Well, our first deer season at the Buck Factory is over with.
But that's where we caught all those daytime bucks, right up here on this little old logging road.
Made it! Barely.
Rattled my sphincter.